This week, did you want to do a cold open, or am I gonna do it?
Okay, so in Hades, right, there are how many? There are six different weapons, and they've all got like
Okay,
different aspects, but one
nice.
aspect is locked
Hmm.
at the start of the game.
Yeah,
And so as you play through the game and like build up your resources and everything, you can unlock those new aspects. And instead of being related to Greek mythology, they're like, oh, this sword is King Arthur's sword, which is Excalibur. It's like just a cool way to connect mythologies together. And yeah,
that is
so I
cool. I
just
didn't expect Excalibur to pop up. That's
I don't
fun.
know. You said, did I want to do the cold open? And I had nothing. So I just
But what I
bullshitted my
enjoy
way
most
through.
is that I will title this episode India and Pakistan reaction, and then you have like India fans listening to that. That's like, okay.
I
That's what I
we
enjoy.
we could just talk about Hades or whatever video games we want
It
to
would be more
play.
interesting.
Yeah, so it's like it's a roguelike. So you start with absolutely no resources and you just
Yeah.
sort of go through the levels, but you're
Mm.
not really meant to complete the game on that
No, of
first run.
course.
People
Makes
obviously
sense.
do because they're
Yeah,
insane.
naturally.
They're like, go back, get more resources, go again, and keep going, doing that cycle until you eventually do it. But the fun thing with Hades is you have to keep completing it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, because there's
Okay.
more story after.
After completing it.
Yeah, exactly. So you're the son of Hades, and your goal
Nice.
is to try and escape from the underworld.
Very good.
But like, you're gonna have to die eventually, and the only
Yeah.
place you're not gonna go to Detroit. You're gonna
No.
go to back to the underworld.
Interesting. Interesting. Isn't there a Hades 2? Or is it
There
is it
is.
is
It
that okay?
came out in the last few months.
Yeah.
I've not played it yet. Like Hades 1 is 5 years old, and I've only just
Okay.
got around
Just
to it.
started. That's fair.
But it's fun.
Okay.
It's good.
Nice. Talk about just getting round to it. I don't know. Pakistan haven't turned up, I guess. I don't know. I was trying to think, how can I swing it around? You talk about coming back from the dead. They're not doing that.
I mean,
It just
if you think about them refusing to play initially
yeah.
as like choosing to be
Yeah.
dead, they might as well have stayed dead, which
I
is
was gonna
not a
say,
great way to phrase it.
no,
But they,
I was gonna say, is the way that they've played in this game still effectively boycotting playing cricket?
it feels like it.
Because
It looks like it.
we started recording before the game finished. It is just finished now. India got, I don't know, a lot of runs, 175. Pakistan are now 114, all out, losing by, oh, I don't know the maths yet
It,
already. I don't know, a lot of runs.
the amount doesn't matter.
Yeah, 62, I think. Um, One of the worst games of the tournament that has, I think, surprised a fair bit. But I mean, I think rather than making this just here's a Pakistan India reaction, which is just boring because it's one of those boring games,
Mhm.
I was just going to be do a nice overview of week one of the T20 World Cup. Um, so I think if we do that, but we just get this game out of the way first, have you got any thoughts about India v Pakistan other than the fact it now actually happened?
I mean, it's interesting that this is the most lucrative game for the ICC,
Yeah.
and it always continually disappoints.
I can't remember a genuinely good India-Pakistan game. I think there was a final in 2007 of one of the
Mhm.
T20 World Cups where India won by 5 runs,
Mhm.
which was cool. I remember one random game where Babar and Rizwan beat India quite comfortably by chasing down 160 or something, but I can't remember anything else.
No, like Pakistan especially seem to just bottle this
Yeah,
game specifically
yeah,
and never really show up to the tournaments
yeah,
in recent years. So it's like, great, everyone's going to be watching it, but
yeah.
do
But we're not going to turn up.
you really want to watch it?
Yeah. It is just bad. Like the quality of cricket is just a bit rubbish as well. Like I thought their bowling was okay, but Shaheen Shah Afridi was just innocuous, really. And you think like, oh well, maybe it's not Seamer's wicket, and then Bumrah and Pandya actually do stuff with you know medium pace and fast bowling, so that doesn't work. Babar Azam, like we messaged during the time, I think is just turned into such a mediocre cricketer.
I'm so shocked that he was ever thought of in like the same regard as Root and
Yeah.
Coley and
Fab
Williamson.
Four.
Yeah, and Steve Smith. But like all of those four have been consistently great
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know Coley's not in the India team anymore,
Yeah.
but he would still be outperforming Baba if he was.
Easily. Easily. Yeah. Like Baba's stat, I don't have them to hand, but I think they're pretty damning. I don't think he's got many like milestone scores in the last 2 or 3 years. I'm surprised he's actually at this World Cup, if I'm honest. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the only player who played well was it only happened like 10 minutes ago and I've forgotten.
Yeah,
Um,
I got the score sheet up specifically for this. Usman. Usman
Usman
got
Khan with
44.
44, and I thought he played really nicely. He played some really nice looking shots, but then when one of you only you only got one player who looks any good, then it's not going to do
Yeah.
you well. Um, and I think Pakistan, are going to struggle. It's interesting because they should have lost to Netherlands in the first game of the
Hmm.
competition, but I think Max O'Dowd put down, I think it was Fahim or Nawaz, and they ended up getting like 29 off 12 balls when they needed, I think 30 off 11 or something. And Netherlands would have won that game, and that probably would have been Pakistan out. But they managed to get through. But this is just like such a abject performance. Like, first of all, like bowling first on a pitch that's offering that kind of much
Hmm.
spin. Like, I think if Pakistan batted first and managed to get 150, I think they probably could have defended it. Um, the best time to bat is to bat first, but oh well. Good game.
That's not very basketball. Come on.
No, no, true. Ishan Kishan bowled well. Bumrah was Bumrah. I don't
And
know what people would want us to say.
and yet, like, they're still not out of qualifying unless it's the just the top one and they go straight to the semis.
So the live, do you want the live table update?
I've got the table in front of me,
Okay.
but I
So
can't remember if it's top two or just the top one.
top two, top two. So top
Okay,
two of every group go into the Super Eights.
so they're actually doing quarterfinals this time, which is nice because USA are currently second in the table, but they've
Yeah.
played all their games,
Yeah.
which
So
would
Yeah.
imply Pakistan still favorites to go through because they've
So
got
Pakistan, yeah,
Namibia
Namibia,
final.
yeah, who haven't won a game and look a bit average, but
Yeah,
then Pakistan can also look average.
and like India could just be like not like throw the game, but like they might not want to turn up as much,
Yeah.
or like subconsciously just might not be at the races as much because they're already through. And
And Netherlands win, and then that could then help their run rate, and then
yeah,
suddenly it becomes, yeah. Um, Basically, a must-win game for Pakistan against Namibia, which on paper you'd expect them to win, but again, they should have lost to Netherlands. So interesting group, and I think it's weird as well. I think this is blending it. This is Group A reaction. Well, yeah, that's this. We could have talked to this beforehand. Let's talk about it by group.
yeah,
Group A. Um, India really struggled against USA in the
mhm,
first day or second day of the competition. I think they were 80 odd for seven or something. I'm remembering a game that happened over a
mhm.
week ago in T20, so I'm stretching. But
We can
Suryakumar
yeah,
Yadav
we can still
got
talk about Hades if you want. We can switch it up. It's fine.
so Suryakumar Yadav got like 70 or some stuff. But he was dropped on like 10. And if he had been caught, I think India would very much likely have been about 110, 120 all out,
Mhm.
which you probably would have backed USA to go and score. So like India aren't as strong as I think people were still making them out to believe. Um,
It's just everyone else is kind of crap.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but and the other games they played against has been Pakistan, who always bottled India-Pakistan games, and Namibia. So like, okay, you would expect them to win every game in this group. I don't think that tells the whole story about India as a side. I think they'll still probably get through to the semis because they have, this is the one game they think they have in Sri Lanka. The rest will probably be all in India, I presume.
Mhm.
But yeah, the rest I think it all hinges on Pakistan and Namibia. Namibia have nothing to lose, so maybe they want to get that win, and then Netherlands and USA are back in it. And USA, I think, have played pretty well, to be fair. And I think it'd be it'd be kind of good, nice to see them get through with the way they've played, and Pakistan just never learn from their same mistakes. So that will kind of sum it up.
Yeah. It's the
And
positive
yeah,
thing about having five teams in a group, which
yeah,
is
definitely.
otherwise kind of weird. Like USA have teams more on their level, so they've
Yeah,
got a higher chance of
yeah,
participating in the next round because,
yeah, yeah,
they've got two games where they could potentially pick up wins. And I
yeah.
mean, they had a really good game against India.
Hmm.
Like, it just gives these smaller teams more of an opportunity to
Yeah,
perform and go further, which is
yeah,
actually positive.
yeah. Actually, a bigger World Cup is so much more interesting.
Yeah.
It's just so much more interesting. And like, I don't think there's really been too many dud groups, but we'll go through and I'll see if I can actually remember. Um, but yeah, all to play for. I mean, yeah, if you tuned in for an India Pakistan reaction, there's not much to react to, and that's kind of it. Play Hades instead, and don't waste your time watching this fixture, which is already like confirmed. I think that's now 8 wins out of 9 for India v Pakistan in T20 World Cups, or might be more now. So yeah, just pointless.
Yeah, and when you do play Hades, pick up one of Athena's aspects, Divine Dash, because
Yeah,
when you dash, you get little shields around you, and that deflects attacks. So I think that's a good early boon to
yeah,
get for you.
true.
If so.
Do you want to have a prediction then? So India have gone through.
Mhm.
Who are you going to put your money on to go through with them?
Pakistan.
Pakistan. Yeah, I'm gonna go USA because I would see after this performance Pakistan suddenly go into like complete meltdown,
Go into
and
the
then
shells, yeah.
yeah, they play against Namibia on another spinning pitch, and then suddenly they're chasing 140 and then 110 all out, and it'll
Mhm.
be like how they lost to USA last time. So that'll
Like
be
the
my
thing is,
prediction.
if they stuck to the guns or whatever and didn't actually play this game, the
Yeah,
result would have been the same. So they still would have
yeah,
had to beat Namibia in this final game anyway.
yeah.
So like, I don't know, maybe if they
So
view it
sorry.
like that, they're like,
Maybe we were that was a loss we're always going to have,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Um, yeah, maybe I'll go 50-50 because I think that, Pakistan are Pakistan and that can always happen.
Mhm.
But they have to win because at the moment they are sitting third, even though they have the same amount of points as USA. Net run rate. Um, Group B. You ready for Group B?
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Let's do
oh,
Group C. Let's go
Group
out of
C?
order. Or like Group D. What?
I think Group D. Let's go Group D.
Cool.
Um, okay, so Group D, South Africa. So this is the current table as it stands. South Africa, I'm pretty sure have qualified. They won 3 from 3. New Zealand's a second, played 3, won 2, lost 1. That was against South Africa yesterday. UAE a third. Then Afghanistan and Canada are 4 and 5, both winless after 2. Any thoughts about this group?
I mean, seems to be going as you expect it
Yeah.
to. Afghanistan had a pretty good game against South Africa,
Pretty
didn't
good
they?
game. I think that game is probably the best game of T20 you've ever watched.
Yeah.
I think that's
But by pretty good game, I mean they went close to winning it. And we
should
should
have won it.
sort of consider Afghanistan as like part of the big boys officially.
100%. Easily, yeah, because they got to semis, I think, for the last T20 World Cup. Yeah, they absolutely,
Yeah, but like a
definitely
team can
deserve
get
to
to a
be.
semi-final on like a one-off tournament
Hmm.
basis, but Afghanistan have been like seriously threatening,
Yeah,
even if they haven't been getting out of the groups for like a few tournaments now.
yeah,
I think the consistency is what gets you into the big boy party.
yeah, yeah. And they just, and that's the problem you have with a 5 team group where it's all to play for. You don't win that game. Do you think a game in a group stage should have super overs just to put like to make things to dampen the thing or that dampen the probably the best game in T20 ever. Do you think super overs are a necessity in a group stage? In the same way that you wouldn't have a penalty shootout for a group stage in a football World Cup?
Well, no, they're not a necessity, but
Mm.
I would say if you're going to have them, still have like the tie points or the draw points as well.
Yeah.
So game
Okay.
tied, Afghanistan and South Africa get 1 point, go to the super over to determine who gets an extra point.
Yeah, that could be fun. Or a bigger boost on a net run rate or
Yeah,
something.
because it seems
Yeah.
really unfair that Afghanistan get nothing from
Yeah,
that.
from that game.
They just get
Yeah.
a negative run rate, and Don't know.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, I know. It's got
It's
because
only gone to
yeah,
two super overs as well. So they've drawn
could have
twice
gone to three.
and then get no points. Like,
Um, so I'll just run over the events as they happened in that game. I think I already sent it to you. But it started off with the final over of the game where Afghanistan needed 13 from six with one wicket remaining. Noor, who was a batter at the time, got out of the first ball of that over, but then Rabada had bowled a no ball. Then it was 11 needed from five, and then Noor hit Rabada for six. And then this is the stupid thing. It got down to 2 runs needed off three balls. So you're kind of in. And then Faruqi was run out when the Afghanistan batters attempted 2 runs. When you've got three ball, do you not think if there's three balls remaining, if you've got Noor on strike, do you think you should just not take that run first? Because you'd probably think you're going to get a single somewhere.
I
Would
mean,
you go
just
for two with 2 balls remaining?
they needed two to win. Yeah,
They needed two to win. There's three
I,
balls left, two to win.
there's no risk in it because you've got the super over to come. You get the
But
one
wouldn't
and you tie, right?
so
And
in that case would you taken just the one? So you accept I've got the super over, and then you've got the number 11 on strike who needs to somehow squeeze one off 2 balls. Is that not more likely?
I think you still go for the two.
Do you think? Okay.
I don't think you can. You've just got to play the moment.
Hmm.
And if you think there's two there, you've
If
got
you
to.
think you can win the game that way, yeah, I
Yeah,
suppose so.
exactly.
Okay.
Like you can run one and then the bowler
Yeah.
can shape up and bowl two excellent deliveries.
Yeah.
You've got to just play that ball in that situation at the time.
I suppose you're not trying to consider about winning the game off another ball at that moment. If you
Yeah.
yeah, if you yeah,
And
you're in that second,
in
you think
that
you can go.
situation, going for the second run's also putting pressure on the fielders.
Yeah, true. In that moment, yeah,
They're like,
it's moment of a win or loss. So yeah, I mean, fair
yeah.
play to South Africa for holding a nerve. I don't. Yeah, it then went to the Super Over. Afghanistan hit 17, which you'd say probably wins you most Super Overs.
Mhm.
Um, that's pressure on South Africa, and it got to a stage where South Africa then needed seven off one ball. And then Stubbs hit a six to go into the second super over after tying it again, which is obviously the new rule after the super over in 2019, where England then won on boundary count. Now we're in a stage where super over just goes on to super over endlessly. Then super over two, South Africa hit three sixes, take them to 23. Um, this. I think this was the bit where like I kind of lost my mind, as did Dale
Mhm.
Steyn, when Afghanistan needed 24 or 4 balls after there being 2 dot balls to start the over, or I think it was a dot ball and a wicket. Might be Nabi who got out,
Mhm.
and then Gopaz hit three sixes in a row, and then there was a wide, which meant that they only needed another four for it to go to a third super over. But then he was caught at point. Like it was just a game being like, okay, well that's over now, and then
Mhm.
suddenly something stupid that's never happened before happens. It was genuinely insane, and I don't think the game, T20 is really going to peak beyond that for a little while now.
Just end the
Thoughts?
World Cup here.
Yeah, like that
Like
was the peak
it's
of the World Cup. That's it. It's
just
over.
give the trophy to South Africa.
Yeah,
Call Afghanistan the runners up, and
yeah.
we don't have
Like
to deal with it
genuinely.
anymore.
It was, it just kept going. Like it just wouldn't stop. Like it just like this game was just insane. Um,
It kind of
but
reminds me a bit about Quidditch when you can't finish the game until the
yeah,
pitch is caught.
it's
It's
just
just
cool. No one wants to catch it.
one more super over. Keeping.
Just keep going. It was just or like an endless penalty shootout. Like it was, everyone just keeps scoring. Um, but no, it's great. But I genuinely think that's a win that South Africa will take, and I think South Africa could go all the way. I think I said this maybe in our preview. Maybe I didn't. But I think they're a very strong side. They've got tons of batting. Their bowling attack is Nagidi, Rabada, Janssen, Maharaj. Like they're just such a strong core of players who've just come on the back of winning the World Test Championship. They've got that kind of monkey off their back in that. So I would back South Africa to go, you know, most of the way, if not all the way. I just think they're a really strong, settled side. So led by Markram, fan of the show,
Fan of the
maybe.
show.
We're fans of him, so he must be a fan of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I
Is my
predicted
logic.
him to do one thing once,
And he did it.
and he did it. So
Yeah,
I guess it counts.
yeah, it counts. Um, Rest of the group, though, you'd expect New Zealand to go through. I think New Zealand also look. New Zealand look like New Zealand
Mhm.
in that they're strong enough, but I don't think they're probably strong enough to really win it.
Mhm.
But they're there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
But I think they were showcased against Africa yesterday, where South Africa went on and blitzed that game. I think New Zealand set them like similar to the Pakistan-India game. They were set about 170, I think, and I think South Africa won by 7 wickets in about 16 overs. Markram smashed it all over the shop and things like that. So, I think they're good, but I think there's other teams better.
Yeah. And that seems to
That's
just
about it.
be New Zealand's MO,
Yeah.
really, for the most part.
Yeah. But
They're
bless
always
them.
a
They're
threat,
nice.
but
Yeah.
then they never quite get there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair. But no disrespect. They'll still qualify. Because I don't think anyone else in this group, like Afghanistan, would have to win their last two games very strongly and then rely on New Zealand losing to, I think, UAE, one of the teams. I'm not sure. Which I can't see happening. So that's kind of it for that group.
Yeah.
Canada have not really shown up, but I mean, I can't remember Canada last being at the ICC event,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
welcome
Oh,
Canada.
so a good way to put New Zealand, to just go back on that for a sec, is they
Mm.
aren't really a part of any upsets. They beat who they're expected to beat, and they're
Yeah,
beaten by who they're expected to be
to
beaten
lose by.
by,
Yeah, yeah,
which is fine.
yeah.
It's
Like I think
not.
if they were in another group, if they were like in a group with England or West Indies or I don't know, Australia, Sri Lanka, I think they'd be more competitive. But I think South
Mhm.
Africa are just so strong. South Africa are just expected to win that
Mhm.
group. This group was Group D was called the Group of Death because it was seen like only two are going to get through South Africa, New Zealand, and Afghanistan. But then after Afghanistan, lost that game to South Africa cruelly, um, that's kind of already shut the door on them, it feels like. But we'll see. I mean, UAE is still in it, I guess. They've got 2 points on the board.
I mean,
So
technically, yeah.
yeah, I couldn't tell you a single player who plays for the UAE, but good luck to them. I don't know who they beat. I guess Canada.
Oh.
Yeah.
Canada or Afghanistan. I don't know who Afghanistan's other game
Afghanistan, I
was.
think, have played South Africa and New Zealand, I think.
Which are the two toughest games for them, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you'd have to beat one of them to
To
really
go
be
through.
looking to go
Yeah.
through. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So trick. It's not out of the picture, but there's two other teams in
Yeah.
that group who've got more of a chance to go through than they do. So which would be a shame for Afghanistan. I think again they've got some really good players, led really well by Trot. But is the nature of the beast.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. I thought that was more to that
no.
point, but
Um,
that was just the end.
that's the end of it. That's the group of death done. What group do you want to go next?
Uh, Group of crap, Group C.
Group of crap. But it's got the Windies in it.
Yeah, but it's got England in it.
West
So,
Indies though.
so like for Group C, Group of the Caribbean
Hmm. Yeah. Um,
for West Indies, but for England, it's Group of crap.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that works. Um, talk about Windies first. Windies are doing well. Played three, won three. Um, look again, quite strong, like stronger than I probably
Mhm.
expected. As a salty England fan, a Phil salty England fan. Um, Hetmeyer's batting three this series tournament for Windies. It looks really strong. It's got a lot of runs, good strike rate. Their bowling kind of seems well organized and good variety. Like you've got Boston Chase in there, Jason Holder, Shah Joseph. It just feels like a good Windies side. Rutherford batting is really quite awesome. So like Windies just feel like they've hit a good stride,
Mhm.
and I didn't really expect it. But love to see it, I guess, is the summary.
Yeah. Like it always feels like West Indies are either one step away from or one step before like
Yeah,
some sort of breakdown or chaos or
yeah,
some like implosion.
yeah,
And this has just kind of come at the right time for them
yeah.
when they've found like a settled side and
They're like in the middle ground.
yeah.
This will then define where they go for the next year. But no, I think they look pretty strong, to be honest. I think they again, I don't I think New Zealand probably stronger than them in comparison, but I think they could still do I think they could probably beat one of the rival teams going into the Super Eights,
Mhm.
but we'll see who they get drawn against, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, England second, and then Scotland are third. Scotland have been fine. I guess we'll talk about Scotland when it comes to England. Um, Italy have played 2-1-1, which is exciting. So that's their
Mhm.
first ever win in an ICCC cricket
In the group
event
of C.
in the Group of C, which is exciting for Italy. Hopefully, next tournament will be held in Rome or something. But that was cool, and they beat Nepal quite easily. Um, and then it means they next play England, who need to win that game because of course they do. And then Nepal have played three, lost three, and they are out of the tournament. But basically, it could have beaten England.
Mhm.
Which I guess which then leads us back to England, which is nice. So the first game of the tournament, they only beat Nepal by 4 runs, I think it was, and Nepal only needed about I think 8 or maybe less of the last over. And then Sam Curran, my personal favourite cricketer, I've never said anything bad about him, managed to only concede I think 5 or 6 off the last over.
Mhm.
So bowled really well. Good player, solid player. Um,
We would never get anything like that wrong.
no. But I mean, I do think Sam Curran's a better batter than he is a bowler. Like he did go around the park a bit against the Windies, but it's kind of good to see you've got a player when the pressure was on, he was able to kind of deliver
Mhm.
in because if England had lost that game, that would have been up there with Ashes losses. I
Yeah,
mean, you saw all the footage in Nepal of stuff, all so many like crowds of people watching, and it just felt like it was going to be this is it. They're going to lose to Nepal.
yeah. It sort of takes you back to that Ireland game all those years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
It would have been really funny though. I would have
yeah,
been down for that.
yeah. I would. It
I
kind of would
think
have just
you
been
less so.
deserved.
I don't think you'd have been down for that. But
I wanted to see Nepal win a game, I think, just because their fans are absolutely like nuts and love it. And I just think it was just a bit, yeah, but and now they lost 3 from 3. But if they were going to beat anyone, it was going to be England.
there's always next World Cup, next
Yeah.
month probably.
Yeah, probably a couple of weeks. Then England lost to Windies, and West Indies were just so much better in that game. Just managed to like spin England into a web, which just feels like the norm. Um, if England ever come up against a team that has spin favourable conditions, it's just like, oh, guess I've forgotten how to play. Um, which almost happened against Scotland as well.
Mm.
Um, they won, but it wasn't convincing.
Yeah,
Um, I can't remember what they're chasing, 150 or
yeah,
something.
150 odd. I remember watching the second innings and being like, wait, this is familiar. It feels like
Yeah,
I watched this during a different format over a month and a half over
yeah,
winter.
yeah.
God, you
Just
usually
crumbling.
expect like the test
Yeah,
coach and the red ball coach to be the white ball coach even to be
yeah.
different. But they're
Hmm.
still doing the same things. They're still making the same mistakes. So there must be like a connecting factor between the two
Yeah,
setups. It's weird. I can't think of
I
any.
can't think of any connecting
Uh,
factor. It was just like epitomized by the fact that you saw like all of Scotland's wickets were lost by sweeping and like being caught on the boundary or in a circle. And then you'd think maybe as a batter, you'd be like,
mhm,
oh, maybe sweeping isn't good in this pitch. Oh, look at the way that Banton's playing. Banton, who played really, really well, I've got
mhm.
to say. I felt like a coming of age innings, you'd say for him. And then you just have players like Brooke and Bethel being like, we can probably sweep. And then it all just goes like when Brooke got out, I was like, that's it. I'm like gonna lose to Scotland.
Yeah.
Um, and they
And
would
it,
have
yeah,
deserved it.
was it like only his fourth ball or something? It wasn't. He wasn't in there for long, was he?
No. Yeah,
It's
it's just a
like
classic kind of Brooke, really.
you can analyze what's happened in the
Yeah.
last 2 hours. Like
Yeah.
you don't need coaches or analysts to tell you. Well, a lot of them are getting out by sweeping. You
Yeah.
should probably not sweep today.
Yeah.
But
Probably
it
not.
it just doesn't apply to Brooke.
No. No.
Yeah. And as
He could
good
do
as a
it like
player as he is, like he just doesn't have that sort of in-game or he's not shown
he
that
can't read a
in-game
game.
intelligence. No.
No, not at all.
Good
It's
choice
just
for a
it's so
captain.
frustrating. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when they like lost to West Indies, it's like comment coming out of it, it's like, oh, thank God we didn't lose to Nepal, right? Like, good. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Um, but the thing with England is that their net run rate is so shocking. Like, they're at minus 0.143 compared to Scotland, who are plus 0.359. So,
It, which just on a side note, that's fucking ridiculous that
and I don't
it's
know how
to like
that's,
three decimal places that you have to figure out the differential between teams on the same points
yeah,
if it comes to that. Like,
yeah.
surely there's an
So
easier way that cricket can do
maybe,
this. Like,
but I don't think so. But basically, I think if England lose to Italy, they're obviously out. If they had lost to Scotland, that would basically mean them out. Um, so Scotland are still in it, and Scotland have only got the pool to play, and you'd probably expect them to win that. The way that Italy played the other day, I'm not confident in the slightest that England would do well. England beating Scotland the other day is only the first time they've beaten the European team in a World Cup. So that's cool. Um, and I think it's tomorrow they've got Italy. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, tomorrow. So get excited for that. Um, but yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
We did
Also,
say go on.
yeah, quite fun that there are three European teams in this group,
Yeah,
and
I
then
mean
you've
it was
got
going to be Bangladesh, wasn't it?
yeah, and then you've got like Ireland here as well, and Netherlands.
Hmm.
Like, can we not have like a
Euros.
Euros cricket cup at some
I
point?
love Euros. Yeah,
Like, instead of doing a World Cup every
yeah,
3 months, like maybe
yeah.
you split it up by holding a
Well,
European trophy and then like an Asian trophy, and then
well, I
maybe
think
the Ashes or something.
it would be the future will all be T20, even the Ashes.
I
So it'll
agree.
be the T20 World Cup, and then it'll be the Euros
hmm
plus Pakistan and India,
Yeah,
the Asia Cup, which would have Pakistan and India, and then the Ashes plus Pakistan and India.
I think the Ashes will just replace England and Australia with Pakistan and India.
Pakistan and India, yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
But you'll still have like Ricky Ponting and
Yeah,
NASA
yeah,
commentating.
yeah. I think that's a great idea. Um, so yeah, England should go through. We did say last week, if it was last week, that England were probably one of the favourites. Do we still think that?
Did we say favourites? I remember saying whenever they're crap at one format, they're usually
Mm.
quite good at another format.
Well, I think like they were quite. We said they're quite a strong, settled side, and they've won quite a lot of T20 games.
Yeah. I think we might have said they'll get to the semis, which is still
Mm.
not unbelievable and
Yeah,
improbable.
no,
But like,
yeah.
do you
This
ever call England favourites?
apart from 2019, I guess.
Yeah.
Once.
Even then, it took a super
It was
inventory
wobbly.
count.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
Uh, um, but no, I think it's just these tournaments similar to Pakistan, I guess. I think England and Pakistan are quite similar when it comes to tournaments. They just kind of bottle it. Like so much is just talked about Phil Salt and Butler and their opening partnership and stuff. But you look at them in this tournament where the pitches do a bit, and you just feel like they're just. I feel like Butler's definitely more towards the end than he is the beginning. Obviously, like I think he's well past his best. And I think Salt, unless he's playing on an absolute road, just looks like he's going to throw his wicket away at some point if the ball is doing anything. Like comparably to like I think it was New Zealand who chased down I think against Afghanistan. I'm pretty sure they were chasing 170 and did it for the loss, won by 10 wickets. And I just can't see England doing that. I don't know. They got rid of Salt in the 50 over side, which I think is good. And I think, he is destructive in T20. But with Butler not being really in any kind of form, and then Salt relying on flatter tracks, I think there's always a bit of an opening at the top of the order. And I think teams exploit that.
yeah.
And then you've got quite an inexperienced middle. So you've got Bethel, Banton, and then Brook, and who knows what Brook's going to do. And then it's Sam Curran at six, and then Will Jacks at seven. It just feels a bit weird. But, you know, good luck in England to win. Jofra feels a bit off as well. Doesn't feel like I don't know if he's 100% fit.
Yeah, well, he had the
Um,
injury at the end of the Ashes, so
yeah,
maybe he's not back fully fit yet.
maybe not. Or maybe teams have found him out a bit. Like, I don't know, he's quite expensive.
And like, he
Don't know.
spent so much time being injured. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
going to take a toll on your body,
maybe.
even if he can get bowling back up to his top pace.
Yeah.
He's not going to be
Um,
able to do that every
no,
game.
true.
So like,
Yeah,
maybe they should have just
takes
like
time.
let him rest and sit out this tournament.
Yeah, because there'll be another one next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
There's going to be another one next week. So
Yeah. Um, who else is there? But yeah. Jamie Overton is just Jamie Overton, really. Um, who else bowls? Rashid's been okay, but he got absolutely slaughtered by West Indies. It
Mhm.
absolutely just smashed all over the place. Um, and then Will Jacks is the same. Dawson's bowled okay. I just find it strange that you got someone like Josh Tongue in this team, who's a natural wicket taker, and you don't play him. But that's just me.
They also made that mistake for the Ashes.
I wonder when they made that before.
What's the common denominator between the two things?
I am so confused. I just don't understand why Jamie Overton plays over the likes of Luke Wood and Josh Tongue. But like you say, we could possibly never know why that is.
It's McCullum.
Okay, final group.
Uh, or do we just leave Group B out? Do we just not do that?
Oh man, get it? Because I'm man in this group. Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Group B. Group brilliant. Um
Group BFFs with Bangladesh. Fuck the ICC.
yeah. Yeah. Cute. So in order of group standings, you've
Mhm.
got Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe, Australia, Ireland, and Oman. Um Currently Sri Lanka are unbeaten, 2 from 2, 4 points, and a very healthy net run rate. Zimbabwe 2 from 2. Australia played two, lost 1, 1, 1. Ireland played three, 1, 1, lost two, and Oman are out, having lost all three. Any thoughts immediately?
Um, Funny that Zimbabwe beat Australia, isn't it?
Very funny,
Yeah.
but
And I,
very deserved.
yeah, and I don't want, I kind of do want our Australian listeners to come in and be like, oh, fuck you, because you only think of
Glenn
Sri Lanka
Maxwell
of
was lucky
Australia.
in the Afghanistan game.
Yeah, I think it would have been funny if Zimbabwe beat England as well.
Yeah, 100, yeah,
I think it would have been funny if Nepal beat England or Scotland
yeah,
beat England.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like seeing the smaller teams beat the big teams.
It makes it interesting World Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's now open that this group has become the group of death, not Group D,
the group of
because
Beth.
yeah, Bethel, Jacob Bethel.
Yeah.
Um, Australia plays Sri Lanka tomorrow, and if Australia lose that, they are out, basically. Um, I think pretty much because they would then have to rely on Zimbabwe losing a game, which I
Mhm.
can't see them doing. 'Cause I think Zimbabwe have to play Oman. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember who's played who, but Zimbabwe are in a very good position.
Well, Zimbabwe
Um,
and Sri Lanka won't have played each other because they're
yeah, so
both
Zimbabwe striker got
undefeated.
played. Yeah, yeah. So one of those is going to get 6 points.
Mhm.
Let's have a look. We can actually see. Zimbabwe have got to play Ireland, which off current form, you'd very much expect that to happen. Um, but no, I mean, if we just look at that game, that fun game, Zimbabwe, Australia, uh, there was no way that Australia deserved to get anything from that game. Just like they only managed to get 2 wickets and they were all out of 146. Um, so Brian Bennett got 64 not out opening the batting, but only at a strike rate of 114. Um, Basically was just holding the innings together, which is obviously what you need on that wicket. Raza, obviously the captain now as well, 25 off 13 at the end, and just chipping in from everyone else. Um, Australia with the bat, Matt Renshaw got 65, and I think he only came into this team over the last couple of months. He looked like their best player. Australia have been hit by loads of injuries because they don't have Cummins, Hazelwood, Mitchell Marsh was ruled out at the last minute of that get their first game, and they've called up Steve Smith now as cover,
But only cover.
but only cover,
He's not good enough to get into
yeah,
the actual team.
which he should have been in the squad from the start, and
Yeah,
then he'll play, I imagine, but because they need him, they can't afford to lose another
yeah.
game. Tim David was touch and go. He's only played his first game and he got a duck. And Adam Zampa was also nursing a bit of an injury. So that they're the walking wounded, so that will be an excuse. But Zimbabwe just look great. They look like a
Mhm.
well-oiled side. Mazrabani got 4 for 17. I mean, you might not remember, but the test against England, he's the very, very tall bowler, and there's a funny picture of him next to Duckett, where Duckett's wearing his pads, I think, because he's very, very tall. But he bowled really well, got 4 for 17.
Why was Duckett wearing his pads?
I might
Like,
have got it right the wrong way because they're so big. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I got it the wrong way
or
around,
were they
but
both wearing
size difference
pads?
might have been. I might have got it wrong, but I think that's the picture.
Or like,
Who
or
knows?
was he wearing Duckett as his pads? It's like,
Maybe. Maybe he's wearing a ducket bucket. Um, but no, they did very well. Raza, who's their best player by I think a country mile, I think went off injured as well, so only bowled 2 overs too. Um, but Australia is similar to England when it comes to subcontinent conditions. Obviously, when it spins a lot, they're just a bit like, eh? Don't know. They obviously lost 3-0 to Pakistan in Pakistan before this, and then Zimbabwe, who play a lot more T20 cricket, I think, than Australia do, because obviously they go through the whole qualifying process. They play a lot more of the Associate Nations teams and tournaments. So they've got quite a experienced T20 side. And I don't necessarily think this was a shock. I just think Zimbabwe are good. And I think they've got a better T20 side than Australia do. And I think if you compare Australia to the likes of, India, South Africa, for example, who have better franchises and better T20 competitions, I don't think the Big Bash holds up in the same way those do. And I don't think their T20 players have ever really been as good as the others. You're still relying on people like Glenn Maxwell to do something special. And I think he comes off maybe once or twice a tournament. And like I said, Matt Renshaw is their best player, and he's not really been in their setup that long. And they keep persevering with Cam Green, who I've never really seen do much. Like you say, why is Steve Smith not playing in this team? Like, I just don't understand.
especially when he was like smashing it in the Big
Yeah,
Bash as well, wasn't he? Like he's in
yeah,
form.
yeah.
Like,
Get him in. Madness. So Australia, I think, are probably in a worse position than England are, considering they have to play Sri Lanka next, who are the co-hosts of this tournament, and they're playing Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka.
and like
So
tangibly, considering Australia have fewer points, are a place below England as well.
yeah,
Different groups, but
yeah. But that's a
they
win.
they are
Ashes. England have
literally
won the
worse
Ashes.
off. No, I think Zimbabwe win the Ashes.
Yeah, I think so.
If you treat it like a boxing bout, Zimbabwe
Yeah,
currently have the Ashes.
yeah,
So whoever beats Zimbabwe next gets the
yeah.
Ashes.
Which would be nice. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
they deserve it.
I think that's the only reasonable way to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's fine. I mean also with this group Bethel, um, Ireland aren't out of it either, and I think Ireland have looked bad. Like they were pretty poor against Australia. I think they could have performed. They could have got something out of that game, but I think they just did the same old mistakes you kind of expect from them. But if they were to win their last game, if they were to beat Zimbabwe, and they've also got 4 points, they've also got that would probably put their net run rate above Zimbabwe,
So
and then that
what
would,
is the thing? What happens if both teams miraculously end up on the same net run rate?
I think it goes down to what their result was between each other,
Okay.
maybe. Um,
Interesting that that's
yeah.
not already what it is.
But I don't know if it's even possible because the net run rates are so like, that's got to be
Yeah, no,
such a
it's
slim possibility.
it is, but there is still the possibility, and
True. Yeah.
I live for those possibilities.
I'd have thought it probably comes down to
Head to head.
their results from each other, but who knows? But what's your prediction then? Who do you reckon gets through?
I mean, Sri Lanka have probably sorted their place out.
You'd have thought so, yeah.
I think Zimbabwe are fine as well, really, aren't
So
they?
Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe.
Yeah. I want to say
Be
Zimbabwe
fun.
first, but that would depend on the game between the two of them.
I mean, there is also a possibility that Zimbabwe, Australia go through
No, that's not.
and Sri Lanka go out.
Australia aren't going through.
I was just pandering a little bit to I can't see Australia if there's any spin in tomorrow's game between Australia and Sri Lanka, I do not see how on earth Australia get anything out of it. Like again, it's just I'm repeating myself, but it's the same with England. If there is spin, they are just a team that relies
Yeah.
so much on pace on the ball. And I know Australia won a World Cup in India, but I think the pitches in India are a lot flatter and a lot quicker than the ones in Sri Lanka. And for some reason, Australia have just been drawn all their games in Sri Lanka, maybe because Sri Lanka are in that group. But yeah, it feels a bit weird when you're co-hosting a tournament and they've only in one country. But oh well, it'll be pretty funny if they do. Um, but no, yeah, that's the T20 World Cup comprehensively covered. Um, the fixtures tomorrow, just to remind us all, some spicy ones, I think. So Afghanistan, UAE, which that the group of death isn't quite over yet. If UAE win that game, that puts them back in the mix with New Zealand, I guess. England, Italy, which is obviously a big game. England have to win. And then Australia, Sri Lanka, which Australia desperately need to win. So some fun games.
That we will definitely watch.
I mean, maybe. I do quite like the back-to-back nature of the games though, in that you can just flick on and then just see the next game. Um, I think it's quite fun. I'm not invested in some. Some I'll be like, I'll have a look. Um,
Yeah.
but it's kind of cool when you see like a team like Nepal or Italy play. Like I've not seen that before. That's
Yeah,
new stuff for the
exactly.
eyes.
I
Yeah.
think those are the more interesting fixtures because they've
Yeah.
just not happened before.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes it interesting. And
Yeah,
it just should happen more. And I think the way they've been performing, the fact that USA pushed India right to the brink, the fact that England probably should have lost in the pool, the fact that Scotland are showing up, the fact that Afghanistan are now very much one of the big boys. It's good to see that those teams that in like 5, 6 years ago you'd probably been like, oh yeah, just easy wins.
yeah.
Um,
Like maybe that
yeah,
pushes the bigger nations to seek out friendlies and
do you know
series
so?
against
Yeah,
the likes of like Zimbabwe.
yeah. Like I think I saw someone suggest that for West Indies tours, they should introduce things like tri-series again. So if you were going to tour West Indies, then it's a tour you're playing West Indies and USA, something like
Yeah,
that.
that'll be fun.
Or like if you go to Sri Lanka or something like that, then you bring in like a team like Nepal or whatever. So you're then still playing the test playing nations are still playing each other, but then within the tri-series, you're then exposing the associate nations a bit more, which I think can only grow the game.
Yeah,
I think, as I said before, I think there should be like a Six Nations-esque kind of thing of England, Scotland, Ireland, Pakistan, and India. Because I think that makes it good. It makes it interesting. I would love there to be like a Euros, but I think we're just more destined to
yeah.
franchise
Like,
rubbish.
do you remember during COVID when
Mm,
every sport fan was like deprived for live sport?
mm.
There was this weird Euros sort of cricket competition, like
Oh yeah, yeah,
Belgium
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Spain.
yeah.
It was like 10
European
overs.
Super League or something,
Yeah,
whatever it's called. Yeah, it's great.
it
Yeah,
like it was
nonsense.
really crap and the boundaries were
Yeah,
tiny, but it was
but it
just
was great.
yeah,
It
it
was
was
good fun.
so entertaining.
Yeah, it still goes on, and it still gets like stupid viewers, and like it's really it's yeah, it's just nonsense, balmy cricket, and real cricket could learn from it. But yeah, I guess that's it. Um, I think we can do a weekly update, so we can come back next week and talk about what's happened and what we've got wrong. And Australia are now going to win the World Cup. No.
Yeah,
Um, anything else about the T20s? All we good?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's all right. Yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to, actually. I think some of the games have been a lot more interesting. Um, yeah. Have you got a just not cricket to finish us off on,
I
or
mean, I
nah?
kind of had Hades. We can
Oh
talk
yeah,
more
true.
about
I
Hades,
guess that's it.
but I don't really have much more to
No,
say.
we kind of flipped it, didn't we? We started
Yeah.
with the just not.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I'm going to Japan in a few weeks and
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
this I could get your opinion on this.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
there's this bar where if you take a trading card, they'll make you a drink based on the card.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm going to take well, I'll show you. I'm going to
okay.
take this card because it's
Okay.
my fave.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah. And I'm torn between two.
Do you have to give them the card and they keep it forever?
I mean, if it's that instead of money, I'd be fine with it.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Like I could show my friends who like Pokemon,
yeah.
but I think their bias towards whether actually liking the Pokemon
Mm.
would dictate whether
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I should go for that drink. But if I show you, who does not give a shit about Pokemon,
Absolutely
you
not.
can sort of judge on the design and be like, oh, I could see that as a drink.
Okay.
So these are what I'm torn between. This little
Okay,
Fiery dog.
that looks like a lot of action going on there. So
Yeah,
I would see is definitely you're going to get like you get a big old drink there,
yeah. So like, I'm not sure if you get like a sort of a charcoal
something fiery.
infusion. Yeah,
Yeah,
which could be interesting. And then
yeah.
this little mud bear
Can't
kind of
quite.
dude.
Yeah, I'm not expecting something as a spicy.
Hmm. Yeah,
Something a
but
bit
it's
more calmer.
like I don't know. There's something about like connection to the moon as well, or
Hmm.
like a soily taste, or like
Could
because it's
you?
brown, is there chocolatey? Like,
Could this be fun? I don't know if they'll allow
sure.
it. Could you give them three
I'm
cards and
uh,
say, I would like three, but don't tell me which is for what card?
I could do that, but like I don't want to get wasted.
You could do two, and then it's a flip a coin, and it's probably easier to tell.
Yeah, I could.
Be fun. Do it live on the pod.
We could do it live on the pod.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
No. That's fun though. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fun. That first one's definitely going to be some kind of like, yeah, spicy hotness.
Yeah, I'm more drawn to that one
Yeah.
just because
The
it
kind of
feels,
like burn at the back of the throat kind of drink.
yeah, and like it feels a bit more totally polar opposite to the
Yeah.
one I'm certain I'm
Yeah.
gonna choose as well. Yeah.
Yeah, do that. That's fun. That what a fun time you'll be having.
Yeah, it'll be all
Yeah.
right.
You'll hear all about it on the Just Not Crick pod, maybe.
Maybe.
It'll fill up a couple of not cricks.
If I choose to use it as a knock.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. If what's your favorite Pokemon card? Let us know in the comments, and Jamie will use it to buy a drink in Japan.
Maybe. Like next time.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got my own choices, but
Could you
it
ask our mutual friends who like Pokemon what they would use, and then would that sway a decision of what you would? Or are you going to stick with your guns with your two faves?
I think asking them would what's the opposite of sway my decision? It would sway
Yeah.
me away from
Yeah.
that
Okay.
because I want something that tastes nice.
Yum yum.
So if they're like, oh, this one would be good, but
Yeah.
like, are they choosing that because they like the Pokemon or because
Yeah. They're actually
like,
thinking about what it's going to mean for their
yeah,
drink.
like there's
Yeah.
a Pokemon actually designed off of trash bags. So if they
Nice.
choose that,
Could be very funny.
it would be funny, but it's a lot of money to go there and
Yeah.
drink garbage juice.
Yum yum. Oh no, it's like that'd be fun. I'm intrigued to hear what happens.
And you
Yum yum.
might never will.
Oh, okay. Well, again, if you like Pokemon, or if you enjoyed this India v Pakistan match reaction, make sure to follow us. Where?
So go check out Hades, go buy Hades. It's a really good game. Um, just not CrickPod, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube, podcast places,
Nice.
somewhere else probably.
Somewhere else probably. In all the places. If you
Uh,
just type in Just Not Crick, you'll probably find us, unless it's the other podcast that
yeah,
stole our name.
that didn't
Mm.
do a quick Google search.
Yeah, to actually see if there was any other podcasts that had the similar name.
But to be
But never
fair,
mind.
it's the same words, just in a slightly different
Slightly
order.
different order.
So technically,
Using
it's not the same name. But
using the slightly same design choice of having the but it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Um yeah, we'll see you next week, I
yeah,
guess.
we should probably get like a former professional cricketer on the
We
pod,
can do that.
like as
We
a
can do that.
regular.
Yeah, I'll put a couple of messages out.
I'm vetoing Monty.
I'll need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Well, tune in next week and you'll find out who is our professional cricketer friend.